Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Dynasty Boating Channel, and today we're going to talk about winterization and shrink wrapping of your boat. Even though boating season has ended, it does not mean that you stop checking on your boat or stop maintenance on your boat. So today we're going to talk about some things that you can do to winterize your boat over the winter and also shrink wrapping. See you after the intro. Welcome back. So basically we're going to jump right into it and get started on the things you can do to winterize your boat. Some of these things you can do, some of these things you can wait till the spring to do. Now you'll hear boaters say that I never winterized my boat and nothing has ever happened to it. But what about that one time, that one winter when it reaches teens with single digits and something does happen? It will cost thousands to get it fixed on a boat like this. Boats that have plumbing systems, running water, things of that nature, you definitely, in my opinion, should get it winterized because you don't want those pipes to burst. That's thousands of dollars to get fixed. So let's jump right into it. Starting with the winterization process, it starts with the amount of motors you have. Of course, single engine will cost a little less than twin engine, and I won't get into numbers. I'll just do roundabout numbers just to give you an idea of what winterizations will cost. But for a twin engine, you're close to $400 to get winterized. And what that is that they start the motor, they fog each motor out with a spray, a fogger spray. Not sure what the name of that spray is, but until the motor turns off. And that spray is supposed to keep your motor through the winter. When the spring comes and it's time for spring commission, you should pick up right where you left off in the winter. Another thing are you have freshwater systems. Of course, this boat has one. Some boats do not have freshwater systems, but this boat does. So you definitely want to get those winterized. Raw water systems, want to get that winterized. Hot water heaters, air conditioning. We're fortunate to have all of that on this boat, so we have to get all of that also winterized. The generator, if you have a generator, you want to get that winterized. And each of these have separate costs, which a little under $100 for each one. So think about that. It's maybe some you didn't run your air conditioner. Maybe you don't want to get your air conditioner winterized. We did not run our hot water heater system, I don't believe. No. So more than likely I won't get that winterized because it wasn't ran. I don't know, maybe I will, but that's an option because we didn't run it this year. The generator, we didn't run it this year, so I probably won't get that winterized either because it's still winterized from the previous season. We never used it. One other thing is boats have barnacles. So you want to think about getting your boat power washed once you get it out of the water. Power washing runs by the foot. It can run anywhere from $3 to $5 a foot, depending on what marina you're at, maybe even more. But definitely think about power washing to get the salt off if you're in salt water. Any barnacles that may be on your boat, that comes off with the power wash. And also they have what they call a block fee or a travel lift fee or forklift fee. All of those are fees involved with winterizing and taking your boat in and out of the water. Fortunately for this marina, if you have a wet slip, they waive those fees, and you get that. It comes in with your package that you have for your wet slip. All right, engine oil changes. You have 2 places on this boat. It's actually 4 places to get the motor oil engine oil changed. Well, 2 engines and 2 outdrives. Let's talk about that first. We have a Aquaholic is a twin engine, so we will have a twin engine price to get your oil changed. What that means is, of course, a single engine will cost less. You can get the oil change in the winter, or you can get the oil change in the spring. What we do with Aquaholic is we usually change the engine oil in the spring. So we let that ride through the winter. We got enough cost with winterizations in the winter. So when spring commission comes, we'll actually get both motors, the oil changed in both motors, and also the outdrives. I'll have a picture up here what the outdrives look like, but that's what the propellers are on. Those actually hold oil also. The oil in both of those outdrives also have to be changed. And guess what? They charge per outdrive. They also get a little extra stuff like removing batteries, canvas, topping off your fuel, acid washing the scum lying around your boat. It comes from sitting in the water all summer. There's a water like a white water line around your boat, you can acid wash that line off. And again, they charge by the foot for that also.
Let's show them that, like what you were talking about. You want to show the propeller or the white line around the side?
Yes, we will show you that. And the last thing is, oh, we'll get back to that shrink. Well, yeah, we'll get back to that shrink wrapping part. But let's show you what I was talking about the out drives and the washing of the scum line, and also the barnacles. Okay, so here we have the out drives, 2 out drives. And as you can see, I'll get a closer look at it. These little white things are called barnacles. Those have to come off. Barnacles, they got most of the barnacles off on that out drive. The barnacles are just on the propellers right now. All right, so each of these, you have to change the oil in the out drives also. The scum line, do we have a scum line? Aquaholic actually looks good coming out of the water this year. We don't have a really bad scum line. It's usually up in this area where you can see a scum line. But Aquaholic actually looks really good this year. I'll do a quick walk around. She actually looks really good coming out of the water this year. Looks like it just got waxed. She did really good over the summer. This green mark is not a scum line, I don't believe. Look at this boat here. Okay, these are a lot of barnacles that needs to come off. Barnacles actually do damage to your boat. It slows it down actually when you're in the water. So you want to have that nice and smooth, like you see on Aquaholic. This power wash is off. There's a scum line. See that white line? That has to power wash out. Okay, we're back to the out drives. Okay, so let's get into shrink wrapping. Shrink wrapping also runs by the foot. The longer your boat is, the more you're going to pay for shrink wrapping. And as far as what our marina has, it goes from up to 20 feet is the price, 24 feet, up to 24, up to 28, up to 32, and then 33 feet and up has its own price. So depending on how long your boat is how much you're going to pay. If you want a door in your shrink wrap, if you plan on visiting your boat over the winter, that's an extra fee also. I know everything's fee. They got their hand out, but it's all good. It's some marinas have better fees than other. We found this marina to have great fees, and we don't mind. So to give you an idea of what the shrink wrapping can be, we haven't got our shrink wrap yet, of course, but if we look over to our left, right, you'll see that that boat right there straight ahead has a door cut in it. That's what we usually have cut in Aquaholic. It's a little bigger than that though, but that's a door, right? If we go over to our right, that boat straight across does not have a door cut in it. So they won't be visiting their boat during the winter. That'll just be sitting there. Maybe they'll come by and just do a drive-by and look at it and keep going. But you can't access the cabin area or any interior area of your boat when you don't have a door. What we found interesting, what we just saw today, was a half of a shrink wrap over on that carver over there. You see, they just have the top shrink wrap. They do have a door area cut in over by the ladder behind that black boat, which is very interesting. It does keep most of the rain, I guess, snow and ice out, but still some can get in. But interesting way to save money on shrink wrap. So yeah, that's where we stand on shrink wrapping. Okay, so now we're back to the interior of Aquaholic. We'll talk a little bit about what we do to winterize Aquaholic to prepare for the winter. These East Coast winters, that I'm jealous we're not on the West Coast with no winter. So I'm jealous of you guys on the West Coast is watching us. One of the things we do in the interior, of course, is to do a moisture control scent, and we use the damp red product. I'm going to swing over to what we have here. We use these throughout the entire boat. Our damp reds do have a scent, which I think is awesome. You open your boat, you don't come for a couple of weeks, and you open your boat, and that's this fresh linen smell.
Linen.
Hits you dead in the nose. It's like
it can get a little funky.
Yeah, if you don't use it, it doesn't smell too good. And like there's no trash or anything.
Just build and motor and stuff under the bottom.
Yeah, just build up. And the REMA recommends that you clean your boat before going into the winter. For us East Coast people. Another thing we do, I'll have a picture up in the background, is have the isinglass, which some people call the camper canvas, but we call it isinglass because that's what it is. It's like a plastic that's so clear it looks like glass. And there are different forms of everything. Is not isinglass. They have different names for it depending on what type of texture of plastic that you get, but we have isinglass on ours. And the proper way to store that is
under the seat, or so the summer months you can store it under the seat, but when it gets cold, remember it's easy to snap and split, so just gotta be careful during the winter time handling it.
Right.
It has to come off of the boat for winterization.
Right. And also, you don't want to fold it, right?
That's in the winter. Yeah, it'll snap.
You want to do like a roll on it, so that it looks
edge the corners.
And I mean, you could do it like a baking soda in your refrigerator if you have one. Again, we have the refrigerator. We have everything on this boat. You could do a baking soda in the refrigerator, and I think that's about it as far as the interior of the boat winterizing.
Yep.
So I think we've covered everything. Of course, if you have any questions, you can let us know. We'd be happy to answer any questions. This is also a great time to take all your sheets and bedding and things of that nature and wash them and get those straight for next year. Get that fresh smell going. So that's it. So also, please follow us on our Instagram page, which is Dynasty Boating Channel, or is it just Dynasty Boating?
Just Dynasty
Boating. Just Dynasty Boating.
Instagram.
We will have more pictures on there once it gets shrink wrapped. You can also ask questions there also. We'll have more winter footage on that page also. I'm going to try to come back down during the Deal Boat Parade and get some footage of that for the next YouTube. But yeah, follow us on Instagram also, Dynasty Boating. Update, we do have a new handle on YouTube. You can just type in @Dynasty Boating and this channel just pops up. So that's it. We appreciate you for watching. As always, we like growing our viewership. We appreciate the people that's here also. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Follow us on our journey. We're somewhat new to boating. We're not fresh anymore, but we share everything that we do, going boating, what we're learning, and everything of that nature. Follow us. We appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you on our next YouTube video.